Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you in turn on the 7th International Conference on Interdisciplinary Research for Sustainable Development. My name is Maria Barouta. I am a primary school teacher and a Fulbright scholar from Greece, and I'm really honored and excited to be here with you today, even though we are online. My presentation is about quality education through teachers' professional development on STEAM. Quality education is the fourth Sustainable Development Goal adopted by the United Nations in 2015 in order to achieve universal access to quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. One of the goal targets is to increase the supply of qualified teachers through international cooperation for teacher training in developing countries, especially least developed countries, and small island developing states. And this is the subject I'm going to focus on through this presentation. In today's society, educators of both primary and secondary education are challenged to prepare their students for careers that don't even exist yet and help them cultivate 21st century skills which will help them adapt in the future society. 21st century skills can be separated in three main categories: learning skills, which include critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication; literacy skills, such as information literacy, media literacy, and technology literacy; and life skills, such as flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. A prerequisite for teachers' readiness towards this direction is their constant training and professional development on innovative practices. And one of these practices is the STEM approach, which combines science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM offers a holistic perspective of knowledge through an interdisciplinary way of teaching and learning, and also gives opportunities to students to connect knowledge to real world problems. At this point, I would like to take it a bit further and add the word art in STEM, which will give us the acronym STEAM. Art is a very important and we could say integral part of science since it promotes creativity and innovation. Unfortunately, research has shown that creativity scores reduce as we grow older, and from 98%, people end up being approximately 2% creative as adults. So, a reasonable question is what happens through a child's school years? As educators, we have to try and encourage our students maintain their creativity and cultivate it even more. And STEAM education is a fertile ground for creative inquiry-based learning. Students become part of the teaching process and retain what they learn. Moreover, STEAM education is for all students, regardless of culture, ethnicity, or learning style. And finally, it brings fun to the classroom. Therefore, teachers' professional training should focus on enhancing their professional knowledge, skills, and attitudes so that they will assist their students' learning. Training programs should not be only student centered, but also methodology centered to help teachers apply practices which will cultivate 21st century skills and meet their students' needs. Finally, these practices should be flexible so that teachers will be able to adapt to ecological, social, and economic challenges of a rapidly evolving society. After giving a brief theoretical overview about the importance of teachers' professional development on STEAM, I would like to mention four training programs that I personally attended and applied their methodology and practices in the classroom. The first one is the Frontiers Project, in which educators from both primary and secondary education are trained on modern and Nobel Prize physics topics like astrophysics, astroparticle physics, high energy, and gravitational waves, and work together to create effective learning scenarios and apply them in the classroom. The scenario that I implemented with my students was about exploring the aurora borealis phenomenon through electromagnetism. Students performed Ersted's experiment, wrote their assumptions about how an electromagnetic field is produced, and learned how aurora borealis occurs through the interaction of the solar wind with Earth's electromagnetic field. In the two pictures, you can see the integration of art in an easy and simple way. Students created their own aurora pastel, and in the beginning of the lesson, before we learn about the science behind the phenomena, they also had to think and to make up their own story or myth to explain the phenomena, and this gave them also the opportunity to practice their language skills. The second one is the Polar Star Project, which introduces the methodology science as a whole. Educators are trained to guide their students in how to think and link the knowledge they gain to their personal life and interests, and also communicate a concept they learn in relation to other concepts. In this way, they can understand the universality of scientific laws and principles and can build on their past knowledge in a more concrete way. In the three pictures, you can see the hives that my students created, starting from a specific scientific concept and connecting it with other concepts from other subjects. We did this activity in the end of the school year, and it was a great way to remember what we had learned. Students worked together, exchanged their ideas, and enjoyed the whole activity. In the end, they had to present and explain their work, and that also helped them improve their public speaking skills. The next one is the InSteam Project, which trains educators on using a series of learning resources that establish pathways for inclusive, innovative, and interdisciplinary environmental STEAM education that reduces disparities in access to and engagement with digital STEAM education. The subject of our project was to study climate change through art. Here you can see two of our activities. We talked about climate change and its consequences, and then students were asked to find a painting about climate change through internet, upload it on Padlet, cite the resource and say where they found it, and then write a few things about what they see and how they feel about it. Another activity was to create a rap song about climate change, which actually they proposed by themselves. The final training program is the RAM project, which aims to develop a natural disaster awareness kit and a serious game that promote awareness of young people in the field of natural disasters and measures, tools, and practices for either predicting, preventing, or facing hazardous situations. The main objective of our activity was to create a small game using Scratch tool for one natural disaster. So we chose earthquakes, and students learned about why they happen, how we can protect ourselves from them, and also they learned about the explanation through Greek mythology about earthquakes, which is part of their history. Moreover, they were introduced to the basic principles of coding and learned to use Scratch. Recently, we were informed that our game is elected to be part of the main final game, and the feeling of being co creators motivated them even more to explore coding with not only Scratch, but with other tools too. Through my training on these methodologies and practices, I enriched my knowledge and enhanced my skills, and that had a great impact on my students. I saw a big difference in their behavior, and they were more motivated and willing to participate in the classroom. Their skills improved, and they really appreciated the moments of working together and having fun while learning. Quality education needs qualified teachers who are themselves long life learners and inspire their students. And it is a goal that cannot be achieved without global collaboration. As educators, it is our responsibility to shape the people who will make a change in the future world, and our professional development offers the means to fulfill part of this goal. So, thank you so much for your time and attention. Please feel free to contact me for any questions. I would like to wish to you and your families Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year full of joy, prosperity, and hope in the difficult times we're going through. Thank you so much.